What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Summer Career Mode. This is episode number 62, and we're starting today's episode off on the back of the last episode. We began a new season with Inter Milan. As you can see, 4 players have left: Hermansson, Van Housden, and also Thomas Muller back to Bayern. Great to see that. And Unai Simon going to play under Eddie Howe and being the number 1 at St James's Park now as well. And 2 new signings for Inter Milan means our team now looks like this 3 weeks into the new season. Andre Onana has come in for the realism to be our new shot stopper between the sticks, and also at left back as well. Federico Tomaka did sign a new contract, but Nuno Mendes is going to replace him as our new starting wing back in from Bayer Leverkusen. And with £130 million still remaining in the transfer budget, I decided to make a big signing to start today's episode off as well. And I know I could have signed him multiple times last season, but I said no guys, I can't. It's the January window. Barcelona are going for the La Liga title. They won La Liga last season. He's a key member of their squad under Xavi. He's one of the best rated midfielders in the world, and we're going through a rebuild. It just wasn't realistic for last year in the January window. But now, with Bastoni coming back, with the team looking as it does, winning the Coppa Italia, showing Nicolo we can win trophies once again, and also this year going for the treble, making big signings with Mendes coming in at wing back as well. I said to Nicolo, time to come back, mate. Time to join Alessandro and come back to the San Siro. Xavi accepted a £92.5 million deal for Nicolo Barella. And at 28 years old, in the prime of his career, 88 overall, on a massive contract at Barcelona. I didn't think a wage cut would be realistic, so offered him the same one, 260 grand a week. Welcome home, Nicolo Barella. Yeah, massive signing, £92.25 million. But when you look at the 3 new signings coming in here, last season, we obviously thinned the squad out quite a bit, and we started to assemble the core. But for this season, if we are going to win the treble, last season we signed some free agents like Rossetti, for example, right next to him there, next to Barella, and some squad players who, might not really contribute that much. I think for this season, I've got to be real. If we're going to win the treble, last season we were in major danger of missing out of the top 4. We only finished in 3rd place. I cannot afford to think about the future altogether and think more now about if we're going to win the treble, we need more star players. Barella, 88 overall, is that guy. I'm giving the number 8 as well. Now, I know he wears number 23, I think it is, Inter Milan, but I'm giving him the number 8. It was vacant, and I like that. Coming back, now taking the first team squad number, and Barella is in. And that means after his signing, the big deal for Nuno Mendes of 115 mil, plus Andre Onana as well, our budget now is down to just over £30 million. Yep, still a bit of money to work with, but the big signings I wanted for this season have all been made. A new goalkeeper to replace Simon, it's the guy they've got in real life in Andre Onana. A new left back to replace DeMarco, that's one of the best in the game in Nuno Mendes. And now Barella coming back as well. I was always going to sign him this season. I held off last year for the realism, but now I think it makes sense. Barella coming home, and yeah, I'm happy. I've got my 3 main transfer targets for this season, and July isn't even over yet. Still, Herculano has gone to Royal Antwerp. He needs to get his career kick-started after stalling a bit here at Inter Milan, so he'll certainly get that at Royal Antwerp in the Pro League. I blocked an offer for Moise Kean, our top scorer last year, going absolutely nowhere. Missed him for the Coppa Italia final, of course. Chiesa took over with a hat-trick, but Kean is, of course, staying here. But this was interesting. Talking of selling forwards to Premier League sides, Jurgen Klopp said, you know what? We need someone to sort us out right now. No wins in their first 3 in the Premier League for Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Obviously lost on Monday night to Manchester United 2-1. Not many people saw that coming, but I guess considering the season of shocks we've had so far, just 3 games in, it wasn't too surprising. But Jurgen Klopp said, I know who will sort us out. Leon Bailey. We negotiated a £55 million deal with Jurgen Klopp for the Jamaican forward, obviously formerly of Leverkusen, moved on to Aston Villa, and of course now he's here with Inter Milan. Last season, I didn't give him much game time. Now, he scored on the final day in a bit of a meaningless game for us, but I didn't give him much game time last season. I like him off the bench as an impact sub with the electrifying pace, but Bailey wants more first team minutes, so 50, I think it was 55 million from Liverpool. I'm okay with that. I'm alright with that. If Leon goes there to Anfield, I'll look for a new replacement for the bench. But also as well, 2 bids for Alex Moya. This is a 19-year-old new-gen goalkeeper from Argentina. 74 rated, so not bad to be fair, in 6'6" too. too, but I'm going to sell him. Like I said, I was going to sell all 3 of my goalkeepers this year and bring in 3 new ones, so he's probably going to go to either Zaragoza or Carrow Road. But yeah, Leon Bailey does go to Liverpool, £55 million of fee. He wants more first team football, and he's going to get it there, possibly their replacement for Sadio Mane. But yeah, Leon Bailey off to Anfield. He didn't get the game time he wanted here. Let's see if he gets it at Anfield. So Bailey goes. You had a bid here for Gasparoni from Spurs. Sorry, Antonio, but no way is this guy leaving. 20 years old, 85 rated, on the cusp of becoming 86 overall. Oh man, I love this guy. But Moya does indeed choose to go to Zaragoza. I quite like that too, you know, going to a Spanish-speaking country in Spain, being an Argentine goalkeeper. So he's off to Real Zaragoza there, and we'll take the little bit of money we get for one of our backup goalkeepers. So after that, we see a loan deal for Eddie Salcedo from Brighton. He signed an extension in the summer, but he is, of course, staying with me. I like him as a squad player. And also a bid here for Sensei as well. Barcelona putting in a bid. We just sold one Italian midfielder back to us, so now they want to take Sensei to the new camp. But I still like him as a squad player, to be fair. I don't know how good Jorginho's going to stay out for the rest of the season, so I like him as a squad player. I'm going to keep him here. But you can see our fixtures for August. Our first 2 league games are at home there against Salernitana and also Atalanta as well. And our first game of the season will, of course, be against Juventus, who won the title last year in the Super Cup, as we turn down this bid here for Santos, another one of our great young centre-halves, and also another big bid for Matheus Nunes. Klopp just took Bailey off me, but they're not going to get Nunes. I love this Portuguese midfielder. He's staying here, but I did decide before the first game of the season to bring in a new backup goalkeeper. We've sold Hermansen to Wolves. Moyes now gone to Zaragoza. I've only got 1 goalkeeper. That's not realistic, man. I need another one at least. So I'm going to sign this guy. We want to keep on getting those young talents as well. And I said a moment ago there, yes, we need some star players, but for a backup goalkeeper, I don't need that. You know, last season Unai Simon played every single game for me. I don't need a really solid backup goalkeeper, or so I wouldn't think. So I'm okay bringing in a good young Italian talent, a couple of which are available, but this guy took my eye. Vittorio Longo, 18 years old, 73 rated, currently playing for Genoa. We agreed a £6.25 million deal with Genoa for Longo, but this was kind of frustrating because, you know, when I was doing the scouting and I was doing some manual searching, I found this guy and he had a showing great potential tag, and I was like, well, that makes sense. 73 rated and only 18 years old. Yeah, looks like he could have a pretty decent future and could be a good understudy for Andre Onana. But after signing Longo, I found out he doesn't show great potential. That's so frustrating when you sign a player and they take a potential decrease. So yeah, Longo comes in. Still, to be fair, not a bad backup for Andre Onana. 4 ratings lower than Hermansen, yes, but also 7 years younger too. He'll be fine as a backup for Andre Onana. Just like last season, Onana will play all the games that Unai Simon did last season. So yeah, basically the backup goalkeeper, all we're looking for is someone that's capable just in case. When was the last time you saw a goalkeeper get injured or suspended in FIFA career mode? It would have been years ago. I can't remember the last time one of my goalkeepers sidelined through injury or suspension. So we don't really need. But you know, for realism, of course, you do want to make sure you got at least 1 backup goalkeeper. But yeah, we didn't need a star, so I'm okay with Longo coming in. Just a shame he's lost potential tag. Even so, for the first game of today's episode, the first and only game of today's episode, the Super Cup against Juventus. They won the Serie A title last year. They were neck and neck with Roma for the entire way, and in the end, pipped Mourinho side, I should say, to the Serie A Championship last season. We finished in 3rd place. We were several points behind Juve, and I said last season, even though we did well to finish in the top 4 after spending so much of the season outside of it, we were still quite a bit away from being on the same level as Roma and these guys right here. They thrashed us at the San Siro. It was my first defeat as Inter Milan manager, so heading into the Super Cup, I was looking for a little bit of revenge here in, you know, what some people would call a glorified friendly, but the first game of the season competitively regardless. We're starting the game off, Juve showed they're still the better team. They've got Dusan Vlahovic, the former Fiorentina forward, leading their line. He was causing most problems in this first half, and I was struggling to stop him. Thankfully, whilst Juve were getting the chances, another one here falling to Dennis Zakari right before the break. Andre Onana, making his debut, had a brilliant first half. He made 2 fantastic saves and a great closeout as well, as we were still tied at 0-0 at the break. It was all Juve in the first half. I tightened up defensively in the second, and there were 21 minutes to go, still deadlocked at 0-0. Talk about your dream debuts for my 3 big new signings, all starting in the Super Cup. Onana with a clean sheet and a man of the match display between the sticks, making brilliant saves in the first half. Nuno Mendes helping keep a clean sheet as our new man in at wing back, and also getting the assist for Nicolo Barella in from Barca for £92.5 million. He popped up with the game winner, out-jumped his man at the back stick, heads it past Szczesny, who can only get a touch, and that will prove to be the game winner. You gotta say, man, that's awesome, isn't it? When you make new signings and on their debuts, they do really well. It's good enough when one player does it. Even better when it's all of your new signings. Yep, Onana and Mendes with clean sheets. Nuno also got the assist for Barella scoring the only goal of the game. Dumfries lifts the trophy. I spent big. I spent really big on Onana. Over 40 mil for my new shot stopper, but he was flawless in his first game as Inter shot stopper. Nuno Mendes, assist for our goal. I said his creativity is going to be great down that left-hand side for us. He got the assist for the goal as well. And Barella, not brought in to score headers, but will take it. Pops up with a game winner. And there we go. We are Super Cup champions with Inter Milan. Gotta be honest, didn't deserve it. I was awful. I was absolutely terrible in this game. How did I win this, man? I do not know. I got Onana to thank for it, though. All three of my new signings played brilliantly in this one, making their debuts. But Andre was big, man. Those first half saves were sublime. So, yeah, win in the Super Cup. We beat Juventus. And they might have won the Serie A last year, but we're going for it this season. Last year, after getting off to an inconsistent start of Inter Milan, I said, for me, forget the title. If we can get in a title race, that'll be great. But most importantly, just got to make sure we finish in the top four. We did. But this season, that's not going to be an aim for me, top four. That's not good enough. I've got to target being a proper title race last season. We weren't at all this season. We weren't at all last season. This year, we got to challenge for that Serie A title. We cannot afford not to be in a title race this season. But that will end today's episode of the Realistic Summer Career, my guys. Big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you haven't, drop a like. Most of you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode featuring the draw for the Champions League group stage of Inter Milan, a couple new signings as well, and our first two Serie A games. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.